You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I have got your weekly spoilers for June 30th through July 4th, plus information on holiday preemptions for Independence Day. We are going to talk about Michael freaking out about something and Kristina getting totally bombed and not in a fun way. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you are not following us, reach down, hit that subscribe button. Let's jump right in. Monday, June 30th is season 62, episode 204 of GH. So we saw this on Friday, but it's going to repeat and then pick up on Monday. The spoiler is that somebody uninvited crashes Daisy's christening ceremony. And of course, you know, it is Natalia. She thinks that Sonny lied to her about this great new life in Belize. I just don't remember him promising some kind of romantic happily ever after or something. Maybe she was drunk when she showed up for that discussion, like she was when she was driving, because she seems to have a serious problem. So clearly Natalia had some kind of fantasy about Sonny running off for this new life with her when he was talking about her new life, not his new life. So she's there looking for payback, plopped down at the christening ceremony, uninvited, and is glaring at Sonny. And that continues on Monday. But the priest goes ahead and starts Daisy's christening. Michael is down there in front with her and Sasha and godparents Felicia and Jason. I don't understand the point of Sasha leaving Michael off the birth certificate when it's very publicly known he's the father. And it doesn't make sense to me. It's very strange, but maybe she's just gun shy because of him taking full custody of Willow's kids. So Natalia is going to be arrested at the christening outside the church, and Sonny's completely stunned, but he really shouldn't be, because Natalia threatens and says that he is going to get what he deserves. Meanwhile, also at the event are Chase and Brook Lynn, and they are making a promise to each other. And I wonder if he's telling her that Brook Lynn cannot talk to him about her concerns about dirty money that Sonny might have put into deception. Remember, she started to tell him last week, and he's like, whoa, hang on. This is a definite conflict of interest, because Chase is supposed to be working on this Natalia case, which he knows ties back to Sonny. So, you know, he has almost as big a conflict of interest really as Dante does. But, you know, there's only 3.5 cops that are in the town of Port Charles. So we'll see, but D.A. Turner is definitely hot and heavy on Sonny's case. Brook Lynn asks somebody, what did you just do? And it sounds like she's talking to Natalia. Plus, Portia tells Curtis that he doesn't see what's going on here, but she definitely does. And that's because, you know, Portia was trying to talk to Curtis about putting the past behind them and how he can't keep throwing the whole Trina secret in his face, because he knows she had a good reason not to let him know that was his daughter. And then they started getting all hot and heavy, and in walked Jordan, who definitely has her eye on Curtis, which she openly admitted to Anna, but Portia knew it. That's why she threw the drink in her face. And Portia is going to lay it all out, write Curtis a big reality check that she knows Jordan is hot for him, and Portia's trying to fight for them, and she wants to know that Curtis is going to do that too, instead of crawling into bed with his ex Jordan, who wasn't always honest either. That was a big thing that broke them up. Curtis just seems to like women that tell lies about things. Also on Monday, Lucas is encouraging Marco, and he's telling him this could be the last chance he has to reach back out. And I assume this is about Natalia, whom Marco thinks is leaving town, and he was thinking about calling the cops on her. Well, the cops show up anyway, so we'll see if Marco is going to defend his mom. And Kristina is in danger. This is the whole bombing thing. So somebody is setting fire to Charlie's pub. It looks like some Molotov cocktails are bombed at her establishment. And, you know, is it Sidwell? Maybe. We'll see. Plus, Anna continues her showdown with D.A. Turner, because the DA has been excluding Anna from the Natalia DUI case because she thinks that Anna has an inappropriate relationship with Sonny and is covering for him. And Anna said, take it to internal affairs. So D.A. Turner may do just that. On Tuesday, July 1st, it's season 62, episode 205. Anna and Chase show up at a crime scene, and pretty sure it's going to be Charlie's pub, which, you know, is going to need some burn rehab. Alexis goes over to visit Sidwell, and I wonder if she is going to outright ask Sidwell if he firebombed Charlie's pub, since he is a prime suspect, and that is a business that Sonny owns. You know, whether or not it's in his daughter's name or not, he owns it. Michael opens up to Sasha, and it may be something about Kristina and the fire, or it could be that Willow came to tell him that she and Drew are engaged. Brennan has to set some ground rules with Jocelyn, and this may have something to do with Carly. You know, Jocelyn's not one to keep her mouth shut and do what she's told. So in a lot of respects, you know, I don't know if that's going to make her a really good or really bad WSB agent. Plus, Molly is relieved about something, and it's probably that Kristina is going to be okay after her pub was set on fire. Wednesday, July 2nd, episode 206 of the current season. Sonny is determined to get revenge, obviously, on whoever firebombed his daughter's bar, and he's probably going to be taking aim at Sidwell. Gio opens up to Emma, and Lucas talks about his fears. Plus, Tracy hatches a new scheme, and I'm hoping it's against Drew. And Jocelyn reveals something, so I wonder if she's going to share a little bit with Emma to try and get her to back off the whole Dalton thing. Thursday, July 3rd is episode 207 of season 62. Dante goes to see Jason, so this may be more talk about Danny, Rocco, and Gio. And I do wonder if we're going to see next week Rocco opening that folder and seeing the birth certificate and finding out that he has been lied to his whole life. But this may not, you know, he may be a little upset at Lulu, but I think ultimately that this isn't going to go too well with Brook Lynn, because she shouldn't have had that document. Kai gets a warning from Trina, and it's probably about Drew. I wonder if he's going to admit that he told Drew about what her parents were plotting. Michael is disturbed about something. He's a little freaked out, and I wonder if he starts seeing the same kind of stuff with baby Daisy that Sasha has been seeing. And Michael has Wiley over at the Metrocourt pool. Something may be going on there that makes him uncomfortable about his son. Maxie finds out something, and Lulu gives Laura some advice when her mom comes over to the house to talk to her. On Friday, July 4th, it is going to be preempted, and they're going to have an encore episode running instead. This was an episode from November 27th of last year. It's the day the verdict came in Ava's case, and Kristina fell apart in court. And Lulu, fresh off her coma, finally got to see her teenager Rocco after years of being asleep. Elizabeth and Lucky chew out Cyrus for trying to sneak out of town with Lulu. Sasha is getting support from Maxie, and it's about her pregnancy, and Spinelli is in shock. So it was a good episode, but be sure and delete it so it doesn't mess up your Monday recording for July 7th.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.